It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Philadelphia Eagles. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. From the 6. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Right back to him on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Eagles at 4-3, a game over 500. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They go play action with Hurts. They'll roll him out right. Hurts fumbles it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Here's Hurts to throw. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So opening drive, third down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on third down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. Looking here for Smith downfield. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will be taken at the 13. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Starts the drive on the ground, and he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And one of the key numbers that I look at after every game, total yards allowed. They held them under 200 yards of total offense, just couldn't sustain much of anything against them. Great job showing them different looks and then attacking.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They're going to try and throw. He'll get this to his tight end. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on 4th down, a change of possession anyway. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll try the right side with Harris. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. He'll look to throw.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams.
And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 28. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Here's 2nd and 8. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Jamison Williams
His 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list.
And the Steelers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
Here's a give up the middle. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Out to his left.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 22.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. In motion left goes Smith.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Stay with your man.
Throwing is Hurts.
And this one complete to Smith. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They run again with Harris, and he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 63 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
What are you saying? I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you all know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely, still got a lot of life. And it'll be intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Burt sets up to throw it. Quick slant here to Smith. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Hurts finding Smith for the Philly first. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Second and 9. They'll send Brown in motion right.
70 Ranger.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Gotta do better.
On 2nd and 9, Hurts looking middle, and it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Hurts. Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Well, there's a reason they call him a ball-hawking safety. It looked like he read that, Charles, and he wasn't stopping there. After he got it, he took it all the way to the house to widen their lead.
And what's interesting to me, Brandon, is that our spotter, Bruce Murray, right before that snap, pointed to his number on my play sheet. Got to see him a little bit as a ball hawk and a return man that time, didn't we? That's just the type of play they expect from him, and he delivers in a big way. Nice call, Bruce.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Now a give. Running left is Harris.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. They're going to look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here. But with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. But they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Eagles are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Now a handoff running through the middle. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Focus, defense, focus.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And this one is incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt.
And Santos yanked that one a bit. No good. Wide to the left for Santos. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores. So it's a letdown there. They get the ball in tremendous position following the turnover, but they come away empty-handed.
Oh, man, you hate to waste field position like that. Your defense did you the favor of getting you the ball on this side of the 50, but neither the offense nor the kicking team could capitalize.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And with a 17-0 lead in tow, they might not be too eager to press the issue here.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to wind up and air it out. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Eagles are going to have a short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into...
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed.
He's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, so time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
2nd and 9 now.
Setting up the screen, Harris.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Buying time to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
He hasn't been sacked all game, and there's an example as to why. Evaded the pressure, got out of the pocket, but even with the extra time, it doesn't translate into a completion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. They hand this off to Harris, and he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll drop to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Back to throw here. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll try and throw for it here. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 22, Hurts airing it out deep for Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Hurts. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Hurts to his former Alabama teammate Smith for an Eagle 1st down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Devin Bush racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Let's go. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Looking here for Smith downfield. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. And Caleb Farley there on the tackle.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Well, when you get an elite running back like he is, sometimes you've got to employ the by any means necessary method to get him down.
Yeah, sometimes you're relieved even if a flag comes out. But if you just get the hand up and you get it on the mask, you can kind of get away with that. But as soon as you curl it around a finger or the hand, that's pretty easy for everyone to see, and they'll call that one every time.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I see...
Mike Tomlin has reached for that red challenge flag, and he'll throw it out there. So the challenge there not successful, and now they'll be left with only 1 timeout. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
Well, with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They'll set up to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. There he goes, right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick-6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick-6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. He'll look to throw. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the third quarter and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that because now the nerves starting to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs and say,
and Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. And the Steelers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play.
So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
On the give, this is Harris. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19.
76 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Najee Harris hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Point after, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
A pretty good looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's got some space here. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big gainer there on 3rd and 1. 54 yards on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone.
Watch the whip.
They'll keep it on the... And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jamison Williams with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out?
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as he'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
It certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. They'll look to throw here. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. Here's Harris. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Back to throw. And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And some space here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
164 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. He's done his part sailing past the century mark on the ground with rushing yardage, but his team, a different story.
Yeah, they're down big in this ball game, so sometimes you wonder to yourself how much of that is him with a great performance and how much of that is the defense just loosening up because they have a big lead.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A great play there with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Will stay out there as he'll go for 2. They're going to run it with Harris. And he's going to get in for the 2 points. And that'll make this a 10-point game. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally. But here comes the onside kick. This doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. That one looks like he'll throw here.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
They'll try and run with Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. On the move to his left. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Harris running straight ahead. Oh, what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short gain.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Ready, set. 19 Lions. Pick your game up.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
I got him. Mike 55.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Mike, 55. Right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They go play action with Hurts. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked up by Micah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating. Even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down, and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground, but both really started to come in sync. So for Pittsburgh, they're back to 500 as they move to 4-4 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.